Hello there and welcome to the program. This is Energy and You, a show that brings you weekly developments in Nigeria's energy sector with a focus on NNPC Limited. I'm Egusa Igumbo. Tonight, industry leaders in the mining and geoscience sector chart a new course for the transformation of energy and mineral development. And NNPC Limited's Group Chief Executive Officer Flays talks about the existence of substandard fuel in the country, says it's bad marketing antics. Details of these and other stories in a moment. Please join us again. Thanks for staying with us. Now, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited made a significant appearance at the 60th Annual International Conference and Exhibition of the Nigerian Mining and Geosciences Society, which has just ended in Abuja. Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited, Mr. Kyari, delivered a keynote speech highlighting the pivotal role of the mining and geoscience sector to Nigeria's industrial transformation. Kyari also engaged in a side chat with industry leaders.
With the theme, Transformation of the Mineral, Energy, Water and Construction Sectors Through Innovation, the 60th Annual International Conference and Exhibition of the Nigerian Mining and Geosciences Society brought together stakeholders, policymakers and experts to discuss innovations shaping the future of Nigeria's mineral, energy, water and construction sectors. NNPC Limited, a major player in Nigeria's energy sector, was well represented, with the Group Chief Executive Officer Kyari making a strategic appearance at the event. In his welcome address, the President of the Nigeria Mining and Geosciences Society, Professor Akinade Olutunji, highlighted on the growth of the society.
From a very humble beginning 60 years ago, the annual international conference has grown to become the flagship of all the geoscience and mining professional conferences in Nigeria. Over the years, this conference had gained reputation for being a forum for unleashing fresh ideas into the governance space as it relates to the sectors where we operate as professionals. The conference had become an innovative hub where innovative solutions are minted and released. This is not surprising, because as geoscientists and mining engineers, we are trained to find solutions to myriads of challenges in difficult terrains and under extreme conditions.
In his keynote address, Kyari emphasized NNPC's commitment to integrating cutting-edge geoscience applications in energy exploration and production, ensuring sustainability and value optimization in the nation's energy mix.
There is nothing that happens today of significance in the world today that you cannot tie it to our industry. And this industry lives and thrives on innovation. Innovation means that doing things very, very different, in a massive way, in a different way, in a more efficient way, so that things can be delivered much more quickly, much more efficiently, and much more in a cost-effective manner. And this is the crux of our industry. There is nothing you can do without paying attention to the geoscience in the global space today. And I'm sure that the leadership of Professor Latunji has brought this on the table, an extreme awareness that is today present within the Geoscience Society, that we are relevant, we are significant, and that we cannot be detached from the enormous innovation that are happening all over the world, and that is connected to our business also. And that is why we in NNPC, and particularly in the oil and gas in general, that we see the necessity to be more innovative, more creative. And I'm aware that many institutions, our partners, everyone is involved in one form of innovation and technology growth initiatives.
The GCEO also engaged in a side chat, deliberating on energy transition and sustainability, challenges the nation face in adopting renewable energy.
The world must recognize, and this has been our advocacy as a country and also as NNPC, that there must be differentiated transition to cleaner fuels. Today, what we are dealing with in our country today is even access to clean cooking fuel. 70% of our people in our country don't have access to clean cooking fuel. So you have to close that gap before you even worry about whether or not that alternative is the bad one. As you eliminate one source of energy, then you must have a replacement that makes sense. And that's why the world accepted gas as a transition fuel, because it's very obvious it's cleaner than liquid fuel, but we also know that it has less emission that can come from, because you can actually combust it much more completely than you can do for the other sources of this energy. So we understand very clearly that energy transition conversation globally has impact in our country, but for us, what we are dealing with is closing an energy supply gap. There's an obvious energy supply gap, which fortunately for us as a country, the resource that can fill that gap is abundant in our country. You have had the Governor of Natural States say that we have over 200 TCF of gas in our country. So this is the transition plan that we must mature. And our country is making very deliberate action, taking deliberate steps to make sure that we fill that gap with the appropriate source of energy. And that means building our gas resources, providing the infrastructure, building the power plants, building the gas-based industries that can fill that gap, so that we do two things. We have the resources that we need today, that means the money that we need to do other infrastructure, and also closing the energy gap as we move forward.
The conference provided a platform for knowledge exchange, fostering collaborations aimed at unlocking the full potential of Nigeria's geoscience and mineral sectors. The event concluded with the GCEO receiving the Distinguished Ambassador Award in recognition of his remarkable contributions to the success of the Nigerian Mining and Geosciences Society. With conversations from this conference shaping the trajectory of Nigeria's mining and energy industries, stakeholders remain optimistic about the future.
Introducing NNPC Foundation, established to set the pace for corporate social interventions in Nigeria and other key markets through capacity development programs, health-oriented initiatives, environmental sustainability, and providing access to energy. We are poised to empower and enrich the lives of Nigerians in a way that is sustainable, enduring, and impactful. We are not just another foundation. We are NNPC Foundation, creating a sustainable impact for a better tomorrow.
Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited, Mr. Emile Kyari, has condemned talks about the existence of substandard fuel in the country, describing it as an unfortunate drama and bad marketing practice. Kyari addressed the issue in a chat with reporters during the 60th Nigerian Mining and Geosciences Society Conference. He said NNPC Limited and the country in general does not have any issues of quality in the petrol being dispensed across the country.
The GCEO, who was unequivocal in condemning the false information, however described it as drama and entertainment. He said Premium Motor Spirit, PMS, has quality standards which are obtainable in every country, and there are no two countries that have the same standards.
There is no such thing as a single quality by country or by location. It doesn't exist. And today, and I need to explain this, it's very important that people appreciate this. The key issue is sulfur content in petroleum, and PMS in particular. This is the easiest benchmark for quality in most countries. What you need, there be 150 million parts per million. In Nigeria, you probably need 10 in Europe. And it's very different. You have the Lamborghinis and all manner of cars. You have keke napep here. You don't need that. And in terms of what are they really trying to avoid is environmental impact. But we are not in a place where we can say, look, let me pack all my keke napep and let me start buying Lamborghinis. We know it is not possible. And that is why quality standards are set by countries to reflect their clear economic circumstances and their clear situation and their own requirements. And so people should not mistake it for taking products that are sub-quality.
Citing an example, Kyari said in Europe, oxygenate, a fuel additive, has to be introduced into PMS, otherwise it will solidify the tank in people's cars. But if the same fuel additive is introduced into cars in Nigeria, it turns to water once it gets into contact with air. In essence, Kyari said, what is required by law to be introduced in one country, it is also required by law not to be introduced in another country. He said that the country has standard regulatory agencies such as the Standards Organization of Nigeria (SON) and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Regulatory Agency (NNPCLimited), whose job is to ensure that every product that comes into this country meets the required product specifications and standards. Kyari cautioned that falsehood should never be extended into business. The GCEO also debunked reports claiming that NNPC Limited has imported 200 million litres of fuel in February this year.
We have not imported a single litre of fuel this year. We have taken our supplies from local sources. But I must make it clear that it is not illegal. It is not abnormal. Circumstance will come that you will be forced to do this. It is very, very possible, and that sometimes supply can be disrupted by many reasons. Anything can happen, and sometimes even the market forces can make it that, look, let me sell mine and buy a cheaper one. And it's also a good opportunity to describe quality. Yeah, you see a lot of things, conversations going on out there around quality of petroleum product. What is of quality in this country is not of quality even in the next country around us. In fact, worst case probably related to Europe. In Europe, these are geoscientists and professionals who will appreciate this. In Europe, you have cold weather so that there will be no solidification of the petroleum metal. So you have to introduce certain chemicals to ensure that it doesn't solidify in cold weather. The same product, if you bring it to here, it interacts with air and it creates water, and you see water in your fuel, but it won't happen in Europe. That means what is of quality in Europe is actually substandard in Nigeria. And this is the reality. There is no such thing as a single quality by country or by location. It doesn't exist.
He explained that importation is a normal practice in the industry, as every country imports petroleum products, including the United States, adding that Nigeria has supplied petroleum products to countries such as Saudi Arabia and the UAE, which doesn't mean that there are no refineries in those countries. Earlier in an address, Kyari charged members of the Nigerian Mining and Geosciences Society (NMGS) to embrace new technologies and foster a culture of continuous improvement in order to maximize the nation's natural resources and generate more revenue for the country. The conference, which has as its theme transformation of the mineral, energy, water and construction sectors through innovation, focused on conversations around mining industry reforms, policy enhancements and broader public appreciation of geoscience's role in national development.
You're still watching Energy and You. There will be plenty more stories when we come back. Please stay with us.
We are the dynamic global energy company of choice, steering the course of Nigeria's biggest export industry. With years of commitment, delivering greater value and improving lives, NNPC is transformed to better meet your everyday energy need as the largest contributor to the Nigerian economy, generating clean, sustainable energy with integrity, excellence, and creating value for all stakeholders.
Energy for today, energy for tomorrow, energy for tomorrow. Come on, let's go.
You're still watching Energy and You. Now, the Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria has said the fuel supplied by NNPC Limited meets the highest industry standards. The association's statement corroborates NNPC Limited's position amidst false claims suggesting that petrol supplied by MRS Oil lasts longer than that of NNPC Limited.
Spokesman of the Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria, Joseph Obele, said the association has conducted an independent analysis of NNPC's petroleum products and found the allegations to be misleading. He emphasized that Dangote Refinery's PMS durability does not surpass that of NNPC. Obele said as part of its oversight function in the Nigerian petroleum industry, Petron engaged independent standard laboratories to test and verify the quality of petroleum products before lifting them from any depot or refinery. The association, he stated, detailed its rigorous testing process, which includes flashpoint, density, viscosity, sulfur content, water content, and ash content analysis.
Now, in spite of the false claims being made about substandard fuel in the country, motorists have expressed satisfaction with the quality of fuel being dispensed by NNPC stations nationwide. Energy and You caught up with a few of them.
Because once I get from the NNPC, I get the correct liter and the fuel burns well and it lasts. Sometimes when you compare to buying from other stations, I think it's better you come to NNPC to buy because when you buy here, you get the accurate liter and all that. So I think that is why I like coming here always. Even if there is queue, I want to wait and also the guys serving the fuel, they are always, I think they are honest because before you buy, they will program it. The liter that you get comes in, unlike other places that you go, they do some sharp practices by giving you less of what you want to buy.
The product is okay. We have been using it for a long time. And we don't have any issue with our vehicle, like injector or whatever. We don't have any issue. The quality of the product is okay. It lasts longer when you are driving it in the car. Some police station, when you buy fuel, your car will be jerking. You'll be thinking of what is going on, whether they mix it with water, or some people are complaining like, say, they give me air. When you bought fuel here, the quality is okay.
And the product is very okay. And the services is nice, it's fine. So there is no issue. We don't have any complaint each time we want to come and get the fuel with our coupon. No, yeah, staff, they are trying, they are okay. They give us the best service we can have somewhere.
I do come here because I have confidence in the quality and the quantity they disperse whenever you pay.
I don't actually buy fuel from another place except NNPC, and because of the quality of the fuel and the pricing too. So I can say I give them top notch. They are really trying.
Time now for a summary of some trending international energy news for the week.
Oil prices slipped in Asia on Monday, extending losses from last week on the prospect of a resumption of exports from Kurdistan's oil fields, while investors awaited clarity on talks to resolve Russia's war on Ukraine. Brent futures were down 14 cents at $74.29 a barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures lost 22 cents to $70.18 a barrel. U.S. President Donald Trump's administration is reportedly piling pressure on Iraq to allow Kurdish oil exports to restart or face sanctions alongside Iran. However, an advisor to the Iraqi Prime Minister denied in a statement that there had been a threat of sanctions or pressure on the government during its communications with the U.S. administration. Fresh facts are emerging following the controversy over the attribution of NNPC Limited and the Presidential Gas Initiative's compressed natural gas projects in Kogi State to Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, who allegedly claimed credit for influencing the project. However, Honorable Francis Ejirogene Waive, member of the House of Representatives for Ughelli North South and Udo Federal Constituency, clarified and denounced misinformation over the project and emphasized that the gas plant in Kogi is not a political maneuver of any senator, but an economic decision facilitated by existing gas infrastructure. According to him, gas projects fall under the Committee on Gas and not the Local Content Committee, as some claim. The Executive Secretary, Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, Engineer Felix Omosola Ogbe, has visited the facilities of Samsung Heavy Industries Nigeria and Africoat Nigeria Limited, a pipe coating plant located at Takwa Bay in Lagos. The visit is consistent with Ogbe's determination to assess oil and gas facilities across the country as a prelude for their participation in ongoing and upcoming major oil industry projects. The board played key roles in accelerating approvals for the new projects, which include the Better Gas Development Project and Bonga North Deep Water Project. U.S. oil major ExxonMobil's Australian unit has announced a nearly $200 million investment in Keeper 1B project in Gippsland Basin alongside its partners Mitsui and Woodside Energy.
We are the dynamic global energy company of choice, steering the course of Nigeria's biggest export industry. With years of commitment, delivering greater value and improving lives, NNPC is transformed to better meet your everyday energy need as the largest contributor to the Nigerian economy, generating clean, sustainable energy with integrity, excellence, and creating value for all stakeholders.
Energy for today, energy for tomorrow, energy for tomorrow. Come on, let's go.
And that's the show tonight. But before we go, please remember, it's dangerous to scoop fuel from fallen tankers. Report such cases to the appropriate authorities for prompt response. Thanks as always for joining us. If you missed any part of the show or previous episodes, you can catch up by scanning the QR code on your screen now. And remember to follow us on all our social media handles to get updates of all the activities of NNPC Limited. I'm Egosa Egumbo. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.